Welcome back to Shoot Fire with Ashley. Today we are going to let my favorite farm gun, just a plain Jane government GI. That's a copy of the Remington Rand 1943, built by Tisas Corporation. That's a copy. They copied that, did a very good job. But anyway, this was my farm gun for a number of years and come in at about 400 bucks. Very happy with it. But I've decided my farm gun, I wanted some more things. I wanted it to be able to do some nighttime work. I wanted some laser. I wanted to have for old man's eyes, I wanted to have a nice green dot on the top of it. And I just did not have the possibilities to do that with this gun without a lot of machine work, cutting it up and wasting a lot of money. So I got with the Tisas company and found out that they build one for the people that want a little bit of everything on one gun. They copied a very famous pistol they built for the Marine Corps called the Raider. The Raiders, the Marine Corps, that's a famous group of men special forces, and today they've still got the Raiders. So let's go ahead and let this old timer here, this old GI, we'll let him retire. Nothing against him. He's going to become a conversation piece and get a nice soft pillow to sit on the farm. Let's see what's going to replace him. All right, he's going in the holster. Let's take a look at this new Tisas Raider. This is built for the Marines to give them some honor and some respect, rightfully so. And Colt had a go at this. Colt made a mess out of it, to be honest with you. They built a gun with a slide that was too hard, frame that was too hard. They used a real cheap Cerakote. The finish started busting off of it. They cracked some of the frames on them, and it wasn't long the Marine Corps decided they wanted their money back. And I think they did finally get some of them squared away, but they ran a number of years that they built what they called the M45A1, built by Colt. And I'll tell you what, if you want to have a competition, Tisas smoked the Colt on this. And I say that because let's go back to kind of like a pool playing days. You get a bunch of pool players, they gather around the table and they're talking smack, and some of them got a reputation for being this and that. But at the end of the day, there's only going to be one that's going to be the winner. Consistently, over and over and over again. And whoever's the winner over and over and over again is your top dog. And this Tisas, I'm telling you, I would have much rather had this if I had to go out there and fight and make this my tool for fighting. I'd rather it be this Tisas than that Colt. That's pretty sad. But Colt could learn some lessons. They could learn some lessons from this company because Tisas is flat knocking it out of the park. So this is what I wanted on my gun. Let's go ahead and get the box out of the way. Don't care about the box. Let's look at what this gun comes with that's really important to us, and that's 2 mags. So gun box out of the picture. Get that little safety doodad, get him out of the picture. And there's the gun. Isn't that a beauty? It comes with 2 8-round magazines. Those are products of Italy, Metgar. They make a very good mag. And this one has a super nice shiny blue finish on it, which will be pretty good protection against rust. Keep a little oil on that, but good solid springs. They got a good follower on them. Doesn't have any special little dots or any little cuts on the front of the tongue, and I've already shot this several times. It just runs like a hank, no problem at all. So you've got 8+1 capability, 9 shots on the 45. And let's go over my checklist. I got a checklist right here. I'm gonna read these off, and I'll point to the different parts that made my checklist, what I wanted for my heavy-duty farm gun. So here we go. 1911 pistol farm duty checklist. Number 1 thing I wanted to add above and beyond the GI was an operator rail for a laser and a light. Let's see if it's got that. Yep, there we go, operator rail right there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lugs, and very well cut. Has a nice US stamp right there. That's very classy the way they did that. But anyway, let's mark that off the list. Operator rail for laser and light. Check number 1. Number 2, I wanted it pre-cut for direct mounting of a 507K built by HoloSun. Let's see if it's got that. We flip it over. Let's go ahead and let that go forward. And safety on, and look at that. It has got a cutout right there. I checked with the company. This length between this front cut here and the rear is 1.60, which is exactly the length I need it to be for the 507K. So it is pre-cut for direct mounting of a 507K green dot. That's for my old man eyes. Knock that off the list. I wanted it to be dirt brown, like you're going into the sandbox to do some fighting. They also call this FDE, flat dark earth. I call it dirt brown or sand colored. I wanted that. I didn't want chrome, I didn't want high polished stainless, I didn't want black, I definitely did not want any bluing. So we've got a nice Cerakote finish, did a good job with the FDE. The next thing on the list, I want it to be solid forged. I want this gun to be forged from stem to stern. So the lower portion of it, the frame, is a forged lower. The upper portion, the slide, is also forged. And the barrel is a cold hammer forged. So your three main components are all forged. Mark that off the list. Next, I wanted to have G10 grips. Something that's impervious to water, to oil, to chicken poop, to cow manure, to mud puddles, to anything that you put it into in the farm, heat, cold. I didn't want wood grips. I wanted G10. So we got G10 grips. That makes that good to go. And the next thing, I wanted a threaded barrel. Threaded barrel. Grandpa wanted a threaded barrel. Why? A threaded barrel means someday, if I get rich and famous, I can put a can on here, a suppressor, and kill the noise. And man, the 45 really shines in that area because it's subsonic anyway. You're coming out of that tube at about 750 up to about 900 foot a second with the heavy 230 grain ball. And that's great. So that gives you peace with your neighbors in case you need to shoot something and not wake everybody up. Threaded barrel. I may never put a can, but I'd rather have it and not need it than vice versa. The next, I wanted a good clean trigger brake. Let's see if it's got that. We can test that real quick. Use your field of vision. Feel for this, feel for it. Oh yes, it's got a nice clean trigger brake. Golly, that thing is so nice. So we got that, mark that off the list, nice clean. Most 1911s have that, but Tisas, they knock it out of the park on that. The last item I wanted was at least a 5-inch barrel. I wanted a 5-inch barrel. It has a 5.5-inch barrel. So I got my 5-inch barrel plus a little bonus barrel there. So that's a nice feature. So now let's talk about on the list, what else does it have that's bonus stuff? All right, bonus stuff. It has a chrome lined barrel inside and outside. Rack this to the rear, let you have a look at that real quick. And that is a chromed barrel. And I've checked it on the inside. It is very shiny and chrome on the inside, chrome on the outside. And that just prevents rust and makes them a lot easier to clean when you're taking them down to do your service and cleaning. So that's a good one. Chrome barrel in and out. I wanted ambidextrous safety, and that wasn't on my super list, but it did come in there. Look at that. That's a bonus for me. Nice to have. It also has no slide marks. Now watch this. I'm gonna have to do a close-up of this and see if I can zoom in here with my camera a little bit. I wanted a slide that does not look like an advertising billboard. You've seen too many guns. I don't like Kimber, for instance. Somebody takes out a engraving machine, CNC, and they write something big, fancy, cursive letters at Kimber, big like a girl's writing a letter to her boyfriend, big old cursive, swinging letters. I don't want that on the side of a gun. This is a fighting gun. This is a Marine Corps fighting gun. It's a Raider, is what it's called. But they didn't put that anywhere. Let's see if I can zoom in. I want you to see this. Now I'm gonna zoom. I'm gonna get crazy tight angle with this. And look at the side of that slide, man. Look at that thing. It is clean as a whistle. It doesn't, I'm gonna go in a little bit more. Y'all bear with me now here, bear with me. Look at that, that thing is clean, man. I mean, there is no, I'm playing with the camera, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Watch this, I'm gonna go a little bit more. Look at that, clean as a whistle. Back out, I'm gonna flip it over for you. That's for my Marine buddies. Semper Fi to the Marine Corps. This is what they like, stuff just like this right here. Now watch this, we're gonna zoom in again, going in hot. Look how clean that slide is, man. No markings whatsoever on the slide. You'd never know that was a Raider. When they first came out with these, they wrote the Raider in great big letters on the side of it, and they were butt ugly. And then they wrote them in small letters right here to try to make some people happy. And then they realized, look, you can't write Marine Corps on the side of it. The Marine's not going to let you do that. They're not going to let you write Marine all over the gun because it's not a Marine issuing, so they're not going to let you do that. But they will let you call it a Raider. It's right on the box, Raider. And they will let you have a very nice, clean-looking gun. Let's see if I can pick this thing up. Watch Grandpa pick this thing up, get it in there close. Got a little sunshine here and there. Man, that thing is clean. I like it. Just a good, clean look, man. No problem, no marks at all. So what about their company name and logo and all that stuff from Turkey? Did they put that anywhere? Yeah, look at what they did. They hid it right there, man. Let's see if I can get this to focus. All right, camera, now work with me. Work with me. Focus on my hand. I'll move this out of the way. If you look real close, they put it in between the lugs in there. See that? That is crazy, but it's there. It's right there. Come on, camera, now. Get it, get it, get it. See, they've got their logo right there. So, loving that. That's just a nice feature. Just a very good, clean looking gun. There's nothing wrong with having a good, clean look. I love it. So that might not be important to you, but it is to me. So I'm telling you what I wanted for our farm here. And that's, to me, was one of my bonus. That's a bonus feature right there, that cleanliness. All right, let's see what else is on the list. Without further ado, as they say, I wanted to have the 5-inch barrel. We already covered that. But this one comes with a 5.5. This threaded portion gives you an extra 1/2 inch of barrel, which probably could give you potentially a little bit more velocity, maybe a little bit more accuracy, but that's just nice to have a minimum of 5, and I've measured this carefully. That's an extra 0.5 inches of barrel. I wanted to have 2 magazines, but they really outdid themselves on that. They gave me 2 8-round magazines, and like I said, this is from that Italian company. Like a very good mag, so happy to have that. That's a bonus. What other bonus? Ported and polished barrel ramp. Now that's a little bit hard to show, but just believe me, we'll do that on the detail one later. It has a very nice ported and polished barrel ramp. Another bonus, this has no MIM parts in it. No shrinky-dink metal injection molded. This has tool steel parts throughout. I've already taken all the pin screws and everything out of this gun, took it completely apart, analyzed it down to atomic level. They don't have any parts in it that are injection molded or cast parts. They are tool steel parts with no marks on them at all. That was very nice. The very crisp, super crisp, clean trigger was a bonus. I didn't expect it to be near that nice. I bought a Colt Gold Cup trophy, and this trigger on this gun right here was a lot better quality trigger than that Colt Gold Cup trophy. That's embarrassing to them, but I can't help that. If they want to do better and be better, then you're going to have to work on that. Another bonus was the forward cock insertion, so you can do the Hollywood style press check. You can clamp your hands here on the front and on each side, or right and left on the front, and push the gun forward like this and do a quick check. You hold like that and do a check. Say, yep, that thing's empty. You don't have one in there. And no, we do have a mag, but it's an empty mag too. But that's just a nice thing to do, boy. Just always, you know, before you go into harm's way, you always want to do that and check and see if you got a live round in there before you get into a bad, serious situation. So that's a nice feature too. And let's see what else. I already talked about the 1/2 inch more barrel. That's a good feature. Now I'm going to show you one trick of the trade before I sign off today. And this is a good one right here. Get you some of this. I've shown this many times before. This is made by Casey Company, Rig Universal Grease. Before you go out shooting this gun a bunch, take some of this grease, because these things, when you shoot them, I've already seen people do this. The whole nose on that's going to get black. It's going to get black, and that black will burn into that chalky, dry Cerakote paint, and it's hard to clean that up. So take you some grease and coat the front of that gun. I mean, coat it really good. Put a thick coat of grease all over the front of that gun. And what happens then is when you shoot it and you get ready to clean it up, it'll wipe right off. So that's just that's a little trick of the trade that I do on all my guns that are colorful guns, stainless steel. I do it with it too. It just makes it easier to clean the gun up. And I shoot bullseye powder, but I'm getting ready to switch over to some Vitavuri. Vitavuri I can't remember the call letters for it. I think it's N310, I think. I can't remember. 310, 320, there's two different kinds. I'm still working on that, but the Vitavuri is a little cleaner running than the bullseye. But just by putting that thin coat of grease, make sure you get some on the top around your sights. Coat the top of the sight, the side of the sights, and that's kind of like just a protective coating. It makes it a lot easier to clean up. Of course, you can put it all over the gun if you just want to see the gun be beautiful, and the Cerakote's protecting your metal. This steel on this gun is a regular carbon steel. That's not a stainless steel, and I'm glad they did that too. So that's no problem with me. It's got iron in it, and it would rust if you chip all that off and don't take care of your gun, but we're not going to do that on the farm. We're going to shoot that thing. Let me open it up. I'm going to lock that to the rear like that and finish my discussion. Look at that beauty, man. I'm telling you, that's a beautiful gun, and that's a new one on our farm. That's new to Whimsical Shepherd Farm, where we raise German Shepherds. You want a good, high-quality German Shepherd, you just text anywhere to me on the description section, read the description, and write back on the comments, and I'll send you the information on them. But on this pistol, I'm going to do about 20 videos on this, and we're using this to raise some money for a brand new air conditioner for my sweet wife. So air condition, you can chip into the super thanks, $2, $5, $10. We'll spend it towards coffee, but I'm going to start putting some money back for Mama. Have her a brand new high efficiency window unit this year. We're replacing our central unit at the house. I'm going to put in two 2-ton windows, dual port and starboard air conditioners up in the man cave, and blow down, fill the whole house up with cold ice cubes during the summer. This next summer coming up. So thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little intro to the nice Raider, Tisas Raider. If you want some very interesting history, just type in Raider, Marine Raiders, and get to look at their special forces group that they have. Oh, some true badasses right there. Raiders, Marine Raiders. We'll talk about that on the next video, but thank you all so much for watching, and over and out for now.